secret. He wanted to be a part of my life. I told him that I would slowly introduce him to the important people in my life. I decided to take us out on a double date to introduce him to my best friend. The next day, Mr. Conrad asked if I wanted to join him on a weekend trip, but I told him I couldn't. I told him I was seeing Julie again, which wasn't a total lie. I just left out the part that we were on a double date. He seemed hurt, but understanding. He said he felt like I was always going over there, and he hardly saw me anymore. He explained she was always welcome to come here, but I insisted that I liked visiting the old orphanage. You really miss her, don't you? He gave me a huge hug and told me to have fun. I kind of felt guilty leaving him and lying, but I would tell him about Xander soon enough. I called Julie and apologized for what I said. She forgave me and was happy I was enjoying a bit of a normal life with Xander. Julie was so excited about our double date. Julie, her boyfriend, Xander, and I met up at the train station. We went to a small cafe far away from the mansion. It was all going really well, and we decided to show Xander around the town I grew up in. Everything was going perfectly fine until we decided to take a walk in the park. Wow, is this like a special festival or something? There shouldn't be. There were crowds of people on the street. It was like someone was throwing a parade. There were fireworks, singers, and to top it all off, a giant float with a picture of me and Julie that said, "Best Sisters Forever." On the top of that float was Mr. Conrad. I tried to cover my face, but it was too late. Mr. Conrad hopped off the boat and ran over to us cheerfully. He looked genuinely surprised to see me with a boy, and his face dropped when he realized Julie and I weren't alone. I thought this was girls' evening. I explained I was too nervous to tell him I had a date, and I didn't mean to lie. He started crying and ran off. I felt horrible. As good as my date with Xander was going, I needed to take care of this. I insisted that everything was okay and I would call them all in the morning. Sorry, Xander, it's just family problems. Xander said it was fine and that I should fix things with Mr. Conrad first. I ran to apologize to Mr. Conrad, but he kept trying to get me to go back to Xander and said I didn't need to apologize. But I lied to you, and now you're crying. It's not you, it's me. If I don't need to apologize, then what's the problem? He explained he was just so happy to see me pursuing love and happiness. He said he was too busy working and never had kids, and by the time he realized he wanted them, he was too old. He explained that he didn't want to die alone, and the world smiled on him when I came into his life. He wanted to give me everything he had and more. Why did you come here anyway? I figured you missed Julie so much, it made sense to adopt her too. My offer still stands if you want. That week, our mansion got a little more crowded. We had a party and Mr. Conrad brought 2 golden statues of me and Julie hugging each other and put them on our outdoor water fountain. Julie and I loved